Ultra mode sucks. Plain and simple, that is the thesis of this video. Put it on the thumbnail and ship it out. Alright, so you guys. Shortly after the release of Nightmare Mode, we received the Ultra Mode update, which is effectively a much harder version of Nightmare Mode that is non-canon to TDX's story. And I had the opportunity to play this on stream, and I will be so honest, this is in my opinion the worst game mode out of all of TDX's main game modes. While some game modes like Endless Mode definitely do have issues that need to be resolved, and some game modes like Easy and Intermediate do need some facelifts as they are quite old, I do not think there is any mode in the game that is genuinely less fun to play than Ultra Mode. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion, and if you like Ultra Mode, that is perfectly okay. It is just not my thing. But why do I think it's terrible? Let's get into it. First off, I do not think modes that are just unnecessarily hard for the sake of being hard are really any fun. There's really no purpose to play Ultra Mode because while it does give you extra gems, it's really just too much of a difficulty spike to warrant playing over normal Nightmare, and overall just has not much engaging content. Whenever I played Ultra Mode on stream, it was on the release date, and as such, I found out that Ultra Mode honestly had a very interesting difficulty curve. The early game of Ultra Mode was incredibly hard, however, after about wave 12, it basically became as easy as normal Nightmare. And that's where my issue with Ultra Mode is. The difficulty on Ultra Mode has really random difficulty spikes, and overall is just not fun to play. John recently also made it harder due to the fact that really only early game in the final fight was hard. And so now Ultra Mode is still pretty hard, which is fine, but there's very little incentive to play it outside of the Calamity John skin, which to be honest isn't that much of an incentive for players. There are hundreds basically of high quality John skins. That is a slight exaggeration, but John has the most high quality skins out of any other tower in the game, and to be honest, Calamity John isn't even that unique looking. Sure, it is a Calamity themed skin, but there are ones with custom voice lines with, special animations. Overall, the Calamity John skin just isn't worth playing the super hard game mode, especially for the casual player. At the end of the day, I would consider myself not a casual TDX player, as I play it for YouTube and I've been playing it since day one. So overall, I am a pretty good TDX player. That being said, the average player is not going to want to sit through this boring, unfun game mode for one reward. Especially since Ultra Mode is not canon to the story, there's really no purpose to play it narratively, as a lot of people that play TDX play it because TDX has a really good story. Nightmare Mode has a fantastic story and is actually part of the reason why I think Nightmare is TDX's best game mode right now. It has a fantastic story, it has the Hidden Wave, which has one of the coolest cutscenes I've ever seen in tower defense, and overall just Nightmare is so much better than Ultra Mode. Ultra Mode feels way more grindier to play, way more just stupid difficult, and overall feels like a byproduct of John being mad at people calling his game easy. And while I do disagree with the fact that John makes his game too easy, I do think that making a game mode that is just stupid hard is not the best way to go about it. Hard game modes are fine, but they need to be fun and have a actually good reward. Take, for example, Christmas Chapter 2 Nightmare. When that mode came out, it was incredibly hard. However, beating it gave you a unique tower, which is just marginally better than a skin for a tower that already has a ton of arguably better skins. I know Ultra Mode is technically better for crystal grinding, but I don't actually think the regular Nightmare grind is that bad since they buffed crystal rewards. And so overall, Ultra Mode just falls into this place of it is a really hard game mode with no incentive and no lore, which means it is basically only there for people who just want an extremely challenging game mode. And I just do not think that is that worth it of a game mode to play. I would rather play Nightmare, where sure, it's a little bit easier and you don't get as many crystals, but at the end of the day, Nightmare has so much more character and personality to it and is overall just so engaging as a game mode. Ultra Mode feels just put together at the last second purely just to make Nightmare harder. It's not fun, there's no good rewards, and overall, I just do not think it should be in the game. I think that Ultra Mode, when next to Nightmare on the difficulty voting screen, takes away from Nightmare itself. Because again, Nightmare is, in my opinion, the highest quality experience you can have in TDX right now. It is super fun, engaging, and filled to the brim with lore. And then next to it is the biggest, pile of crap game mode in the entire game. But I don't know. That's just my salty ramblings. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I just really did not like Ultra Mode and was extremely disappointed by its launch. But like the video if you liked the video, subscribe for more salts, and join that Discord server, link in the description if you are extra cool. And as always, make stuff you're proud of.